We want to thank you for partnering with us in the Harvest Campaign 2015. This campaign was not as much a prophetic season campaign as it was a focus on evangelism and a culture of evangelism in our midst, to restore the kind of evangelism focus that we will be able to bring in the harvest. And therefore, we started this year with the Himalayan Network to focus on why do we go to the nations? Why is it important to not just focus on our local environment, but actually go to the nations out there? And then after that, we spoke about why do we plant churches. We spoke about the Utrecht plant that we have in the Netherlands this year, and the Van der Veens going to the Netherlands to go and plant the Utrecht church, and why and how can we support a church plant. The last part of this campaign is embracing Malawi shofar churches into the shofar family. And that's why we are going to Malawi from the 14th to the 30th of August as a team to go and embrace them into the rest of the shofar family. There will be two teams going to Malawi in August. The one will be a cycling team. That team will be supported by a few guys that will travel with them from church to church, and we will go to support them on ground level. Now, last year when we went with the HQ visit to Malawi, we realized that the traveling that they do and the taxis that they have is cycles, sitting on a bicycle and going from town to town. So we said last year that we will be going this year with cycles from church to church to see how does the Malawian churches look like. We don't have an idea, but we want to go and have a look because it looks a lot different than church looks in South Africa. And we want to embrace them. We want to make sure that they are supported and that they feel being part of the family. But we are so excited because it's also stretching our boundaries beyond where we are as a shofar movement. Going into Africa, the rest of Africa, and really see what God is busy doing. So we'll be traveling from church to church. We will take shofar signage to every little church, which was Antioch Church before, will become Shofar Church now. And we will put our name on it. We will give them supporting training material, and we will go and pray for them, for every church, and trusting God to consecrate them into our movement, and to let them become part of the family. This is also a way in which we can learn from them and also embrace the culture that they have within their churches. We are excited because this is going beyond South Africa into the midst of Africa, and it gives us an opportunity to really have a heart for what God is doing in Malawi. So we want to ask you to even follow us as we are going into the different towns in Malawi during this time, and that you pray with us. And then there will be a second team, a building team and outreach team that will go to Mangochi, where we want to establish a headquarters. There's two premises that we want to actually develop. The one is the church, which also is used as a training facility for all the pastors in Malawi. And we want to go and plaster the church. We want to go and build some stuff. We want to make sure that they have a decent training facility in Mangochi. And then also we want to help them to build accommodation in Mangochi. Whenever we go, we will be able to go and stay there, or even any other visitors that want to go and impart into the Shofar Church there. And we want to go and build. And in the evenings, we want to go and do outreaches to reach out to the people, to show even Jesus films, and trust God for salvation. And then we trust that we will have a pastors conference the second week, where all the pastors of the Shofar churches in Malawi will be coming together in this training facility. We will be able to impart into them leadership development and also the Shofar DNA, where we can help them to know why and how we do things in Shofar. That'll happen the second week. And then we want to ask you to partner with us in this campaign. It's important to know that we are asking you to pray with us as we go around to every church, that you will spend specific time in prayer, that God will really bless these churches, that we will be able to embrace them into our family, and that we will trust God for the country of Malawi to be consecrated unto Him, unto His Lordship, so that we can see not just having churches there, but that we can transform the whole nation of Malawi. Pray with us. Then the second thing that we are asking you is if there's any one of you that wants to go with us, please let us know as quickly as possible. There's still some place on the building team and outreach team. If you can go with us, please let us know as quickly as possible, because we need to go and show our presence within the Malawian churches. And then the third one that we want to ask you for is that you give. It costs money to build buildings and also to provide the training material. We want to put our corporate identity on these buildings. We want to trust God even for different Shofar corporate identity stuff that we can take with. And also the conference delegates must be paid for. So we want to ask you to partner with us in giving financially so that we can make this project work. This is part of our family, and we want to invest into this part of the family so that they can also enjoy the kind of benefits that we as a movement have. So thank you for partnering with us in the Harvest campaign, and specifically this part as well of the Malawian churches to establish our DNA. You know, Paul speaks about in 2 Corinthians 10 about the principle of the sphere that God has entrusted unto him. We cannot account for any other movement and for any other church group, but we can account for that which God has entrusted unto us. And we keep it dear to our hearts because it's something that God has entrusted unto us, and we trust that God will take us to Malawi this time so that we will be able to make a difference, so that we can help them to get to every city, every community, to not just plant churches but to salt every community. So trust God with us because we are serious about this sphere of influence that God has given us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charles Bailey. I'm part of the mission outreach going to Malawi. We are going there to literally bless the people of Malawi, the Shofar Church, by using our hands and partaking in finishing their church building. We feel that God has given us this opportunity to use the skills that we've acquired over years to just go out there and give those people what we have. We're going to need to buy cement, we're going to need to buy sand, we might even also need some tools. I'm taking along most of what we need, but there might be some tools that we're going to need. But most of all, we're going to do the electrical side inside of the building. There is no electrical switches, lights, wiring. There's none of that at this stage. So we need to do that as well. And we just need people to get excited in this venture, that we can bless the people of Malawi.